Yeah, so this we've got exciting things coming up and some new things. One quick thing and some things that have been updated, and some of these were mentioned in emails, but it's I know it's hard to keep up with notifications. The so first of all, Wendy wanted me to just share a new version showing the shortage of qualified teachers. These are data that some of you who've been to the PhysTech site may have seen in a different form with bars, a column graph, but this shows the percentage of public school teachers with a major in their main teaching assignment and certification. Now it's 10 years old, and the numbers are probably a little worse now actually than before, at least for math. But we were just wondering if this was a good way to show how few teachers of a main subject actually have a major in that subject and are certified. And it's also worse for engineering and computer science because those topics are increasingly present in high school, but most states don't even have a certification pathway for those disciplines. So.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Gary on that. I always told my AP Stats students, please don't ever use pie charts because they're just harder to read. Like
yeah,
segment bar charts are easier to read.
I've looked at some of the research on pie charts, and they can work when they're very simple. In other words, they just show there are only two categories, but yeah, this is a little too busy for me too, I think. But yeah, thanks, Glenn. Whoops. Oh, yep, there it is. Another new thing, a new blog post from Stephanie went up last week, looking at the survey we've talked about how well we're reaching the people we want to reach, such as where they ask for advice about STEM teaching. Also, we have these one-off Get the Facts Out slides that Wendy has put together based on resources we already had. And let me just, she sent this by email, but let me just show you a couple of them real quick. They just look like this. They just have one fact with some nice graphics. There's another one. And the purpose of these is just to use them one-off. So you might have these up in your classroom when students are entering, and you can put one slide up each day or once a week or something. You can put them into digital slideshows on screens around campus, or post them on your own Facebook or Instagram or wherever. But they're meant to be used one at a time, not as a whole presentation. So that's, we're already getting some Minds faculty to agree to use these in their classes. So it's just a little extra hint and push. You can add, they're PowerPoint slides, so you can add your own local info to it. Also, there's the taking the next step. Someone earlier was talking, and it made me think of this. It was about how to have that conversation with, well, in this case, a student. I think someone was talking about how to have that conversation with a colleague, but this is a great page on the Get the Facts Out website that includes a first conversations guide and list of action items for students. So once you actually get them in your office door, then what do you say? That's what this resource is for. We've updated the data handouts. They're not on in the presentation section anymore. They have these key facts about the profession. They're designed around the typical conversations. And for Wendy, who, as you all know, is the one who uses GFO stuff the most, this is her most used GFO resource for advising students, are these data handouts. So go to getthefactsout.org/data-handouts. Another new thing is teacher salary data, that you're aware that you've been able to request some teacher salary and benefits and life statistics, cost of living type data. Well, we had a lot of requests, and Drew and others have put together a lot of that information. And in fact, we have about 80 locations, and now it's available on the website. If you look on the map, if your county or a nearby county is there, you'll be able to download a PDF or a PowerPoint with those, with actually an infographic. And you can also on the same page request data if you're not finding it on the map yet.
And we very well might have the data already. We just haven't put it into the infographic format. So
right. So this is what the kind of thing it looks like is these infographics, a teacher's life by the numbers. It's got salaries, home prices in the area, salaries for in your first year and in your 15th year, typical salaries. So that's really exciting. Coming up soon, we're going to have a 7th video. We'll post it on YouTube and let you all know, but also some of the blog posts in the pipeline that I'm helping others to organize. Others are writing most of these. Drew's going to write a review, a summary of the mini conference that we had. The chemistry change agents have written a piece about what change agents do to kind of supplement Stephanie's piece on a similar topic recently. Drew's also going to write a piece on states' loan forgiveness programs. Wendy will write one on perceptions of teaching among different racial and ethnic groups. She showed some of those data earlier, at least at the mini conference. I don't know if she did today. And as Ellen mentioned, there's a chemistry champion who is a new champion and attended the mini conference, and her experience with GFO and the mini conference will be the subject of perhaps the next blog post. So
the video that's going on YouTube, Amy asked about the content. So what this one is this is
oh yeah, I forgot.
Spent a lot of time on this one because we've tried to make all our videos be short and easy, like 3 minutes to show, except we just couldn't get this one shorter. It's actually, the total video is something like 15 or 16 minutes long, but it's a conversation between a teacher and an engineer. And they both talk about what their work life is like, their reasons for going into each of the careers they chose. During the discussion, we share with them information, or each one learns information about the other's profession, because most teachers don't really know what life as an engineer is like, and most engineers don't know what life as a teacher is like. And then this was put together, and it's designed to be shown in chapters. So if you want to show short segments of it, and or one big long video, and the narrator or the person in between the whole thing is your favorite video personality who was in video number 1, who was talking about facts about teaching. Everybody's liked him a lot, so we used him as the person that was basically leading the discussion between these two. So
yeah, so this is just a reminder of the different resources that we have up on the website. You've seen that before. And of course, our target audiences are faculty and advisors, and actually we're starting to target admissions counselors as well, and students, peers, and parents. And that's all I have